Yeah,
this is it.
Yeah.
Well, we got 4 minutes to get there.
Hey, sweet mates, how y'all doing? So today we're gonna go into Dr. Foster. It's a BBC British broadcast, something of another show. So it's 2 seasons. Right now we're going to be reviewing season 1, episode 1. Oh, you can find it on Netflix. So it starts off, we're introduced to Dr. Gemma Foster. She runs her own little clinic, I want to say. Yeah, her own practice. She's married to Simon and she has a son, Tom. Not much there, just a little background before we get into the mess. Okay, so as the story goes on, we find out Simon is coming back from a work trip. So, like most wives, she has sex with her husband. They didn't show us a condom, so we assume it's unprotected. It's relevant later. So they have sex. They're going about their day, and she's like, "Oh, something about chopstick." Like she sees this chopstick like on the ground, and she's like, "Oh, well, this looks like feminine." And he said, "Yeah, I like it fruity, blah blah blah." She's like, "Oh, okay." She thinks nothing of it. Then she goes on to, "Oh, where's my scarf?" And then he's like, "Oh, well, just use mine." So she takes it, she goes to her job, and she notices a blonde hair on it. Thoughts?
I find it interesting that the beginning of the whole episode, they show them having sex and everything, and all the talking and little giggling, and it makes it seem like everything is fine. But from the jump, they make it obvious that she is kind of the pants type of woman in a relationship. Because, like, without hesitation, not saying that the mom has to be the one who always takes the son to school or the child, but it was so quick, like, "Oh, he's taking you to school today." Like, just like that. And he's like, "I thought you were." He's like, "No, you taking me to school today. That's it." Quick, grab coffee, orange juice, drink, and everything. So I think that played a major role, especially in the up and coming episodes. But that blonde hair, I don't know how she found that, because even when she hung up that scarf and she looked, I was like, "What is it, crocheted?" She pulled that hair, I was just like, oh.
I got a confession. I missed all of that because my notes say that episode 1 was boring.
Child, it was boring
because episode
Part of
1,
it was boring
because
the first part was a little boring, but that part of it was entertaining.
Yeah, but I missed that part. That's it. It was so boring in the beginning. I missed it. But listen, sweet mates, I'm telling you, I watched everything else. I can assure you, I watched everything and the rest of it is not boring.
Yeah. So because she sees the blonde hair, now Dr. Foster, she's a woman of intuition, because she's like, something's up. I don't know what it is, but she starts asking him, "Oh, so how was your work trip?" They see each other later in the night, and she's like, "How was your work trip?" He's like, "Oh, it was fine." And then she asks him, like, "What did they do?" And he kind of said, "Oh, yeah, like we went to a pub," or whatever British word they use. And so they talked about that a little bit. And then their friends come over for a dinner party. So there's a couple. I really didn't catch their names, to be honest. Like
Susie and I don't remember the other person. I was trying to look for it.
It was not Susie.
Susie and her husband.
Anna. I have Anna.
Anna and something else. Anna sounds more right than Susie.
Yeah. We're not good with names, but y'all knew that. Y'all watch all our videos. We're not good with names. Y'all know.
Oh, wait. Susie's the one with the restaurant. Remember they went to the restaurant? Is that the same episode? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it is, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember there was 2 blondes. She started checking, like, eyeing, like, which one is it? But it's not Susie, right?
Susie and her husband, not Susie, see, got me talking craziness. Anna and her husband, who we later find out are their neighbors.
Oh yeah, they're neighbors. So they came over, and all of a sudden, like, it's some weird stuff going on, because Dr. Foster is feeling like something's up. But then they want to go into their love story, and she gets all whimsical and nostalgic and so happy. And I'm like, don't forget about the blonde hair. Like, what are you doing?
Right. But, and also
Right.
Anna is blonde, so she's also side-eyeing Anna.
Especially when she had that lingering hand. What was that hair for, Anna?
Simon fingers with a lot of women, though, if y'all noticed.
What you mean?
He's a little touchy.
He touchy-feely.
Yeah, because he was hugging up on an old girl at the restaurant. He was.
But what did y'all think about her just talking to Anna in the kitchen, talking about, I think Simon's cheating on me. You think he's cheating with her, and you're just gonna be like, I think he's cheating on me? She's crazy.
Yeah,
I think
you'll be caught red-handed in your expression. You don't have time to adjust.
Yeah.
Your expression.
I think that,
I don't think
that's why she probably said it.
I don't think that works. Because if you're already cheating and you're coming to her house, you already know you might be figured out at some point. You already planning to have your game face on point. At least I would.
But I really feel like the way...
If I was going through the whole pressure of cheating, I would always make sure my game face is on point.
I don't know, but the way the dinner was, like, the dinner was awkward because it didn't seem like friends and neighbors casually just eating, like, hey, we're going to have dinner at your place, we swap. It seemed like something's going on, and to, like, I guess, cool things down, whatever we doing that's hot, let's have dinner. And like DW mentioned, let's out of the blue, because they was talking about what?
Like they have
whatever the husband,
yeah,
whatever he was saying, it was just randomly, oh yeah, he didn't know how to swim, and I was just like, what are we talking about?
But you got to think, I know this is a long time from now, but Gemma puts on a game face. She does stuff to get information, and she can play it really cool while she's still digging, and then prematurely, I believe she just blown in.
Do you think that story was a way for him to see if she, I guess, show some kind of...
I think it was more for Simon, because she kind of said something like, oh yeah, like we've been together for this long, and he got that wrong. So I think she was thinking, oh, he's already checked out. Like he's like, let's see what else he don't remember. Like she's calculated. Like she's very calculated.
She is, but she's not.
She is.
She's calculated.
No,
she's calculated, but she calculates wrong a lot.
Okay, I say she is, because same thing with foreshadowing. When they was talking about their marriage and how he met her or whatever on the beach, he used a phrase that I don't really remember, but he said something along the lines of, oh, Gemma can get crazy, like along that sentence. And it was like, what? Like, yeah, like this calm, cool collective, this ain't her. And then she just sat there like,
what are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah. He was like, oh yeah, like we had a lot of fun, and so yeah, I agree with that calculated thing, but
I think she calculates, but her problem is she doesn't spend time recalculating. Like things change and she don't add it into the equation.
She don't check her work.
She does not check her work. Sissy is check her work.
But I'm not gonna front. I thought, of course, episode 1, I thought, what's her name? Anna was a culprit, because she was too. I didn't think she was gonna react like you found out. But when she was all like, oh yeah, it's me, I was like, that's the second thing I was thinking. You gonna admit to it and then pretend and joke about it.
Yeah. So at this point in the story, Anna is my culprit.
Like more than one person though. If it was Anna, I didn't think she was the sole culprit. I already labeled Simon as a cheater. I was like, oh, you're cheating with everybody.
Dr. Foster's still feeling it. Like she's feeling like Simon is doing some stuff, and after that conversation with Anna, she can't shake the feeling. So she goes on to work and tells Rosemary about the hair, and Rosemary's talking her down, basically gaslighting her and like, girl,
her name Rosemary.
I had to Google it.
Because I think they Ross, called, right?
Yeah, they called her Ross.
I don't like Ross, by the way.
Me neither. Same. But we're gonna, yeah. So y'all have any comments about that? Maybe not until later. Yeah.
Yeah.
So So now Simon, all of a sudden, when she comes home from work, he's noticing that something's off. So he keeps like kind of questioning her. Like he knows something's off. You could just tell by his disposition. So Dr. Foster that night checks his phone. She finds nothing. Like, it's a lot of moving parts with this show. So you see the drunk Dr. Jack sees Dr. Foster follow Simon because she doesn't believe what's going on.
Oh,
so
wait,
she finds...
no, yeah, because she was talking to his assistant. And the assistant
was
that
like, happened before then? Yeah, I didn't have that
she was
part.
Like, I leave work at 5 o'clock every day. Because at that point, she had already been like, okay, maybe I'm overanalyzing. He's not cheating. That's just me. He probably brushed off on someone, got the blonde hair. But then the assistant said, I lock up office every day at 5. But Simon told her that he ends work every day at 7.
Yeah. And the assistant is blonde, and her name is Becky.
She's also blonde. That's true.
And she has a child. And yeah. So, and to your point, Rain, all of a sudden the assistant could afford going to the same school that Tom goes to, which is Dr. Foster's and Simon's son. So Dr. Foster, when she met the assistant, she's like, you're blonde now, and you could afford to go to the school. So that was another person who she thought Simon was messing
like red flag, where you get the money from.
Right.
Yeah. So they spot the drunk Dr. Jack sees Dr. Foster following Simon because, like Ray had said, Dr. Foster is now suspicious of Simon, and Simon is not at work. Like, she checked the calendar, he's not at work, he's at the flower shop. So she follows him, and then she realizes he's going to a nursing home to see his ailing mother. Yeah, have any thoughts
of that whole scene at the nursing home?
Oh yeah, let's get into that.
Rubbish. Oh, go ahead.
Helen is Simon's mom. Simon's like, yeah, I see her every blah, blah, blah. I come and visit her. She's not doing well. So Dr. Foster was like, okay, why didn't you tell me? And he's like, well, I didn't really want to bother you, and I know how you are. So Dr. Foster...
She was a whole doctor.
Exactly.
Just lying to lie.
Right.
Just lying.
Right.
So Dr. Foster is like, oh, okay. So she goes, signs her name, and she asks the nurse, does everyone have to sign in? And she was like, yeah, they have to since last month. So Dr. Foster checks the logs. Simon wasn't there.
Nowhere there.
Nowhere.
But that whole scene was, like I said, rubbish, because, like, why did she saw him going to the nursing home? Okay. She went in and then she said, let me talk to you for a moment. Okay, I followed you here because I thought you were cheating. Mom, what? What happened to the game plan? Calculating my butt? Like, who does that? If you think
I think she was embarrassed because he looked at her like...
yourself.
No, but if you think about it, since he never told her, there's no way you can pop up. It's not even like I'm letting you know and made you aware that my mom's in a nursing home. You don't know where the mother is. You probably think she thought... I don't think she knew the mother was in the nursing home.
She knew. I don't think she knew she was that sick to the point where he had to visit her every day.
Oh, I took it as in, your mother's in the nursing home? Oh, I thought she was still at home. And I think that's why she was so quick to say, well, how did I get here? Let me explain. I followed you. That's what I thought, like she was embarrassed because it's like, oh snap, you've been helping your mother out. I didn't even know about it. Man, this is me now. Like, I don't trust you. You don't trust me enough to tell me your mother is that sickly. That's why I think she spilled the beans.
If it was me, I would have been like, boy, I was about to pick up some flowers to decorate the house for a dinner or something I was about to plan for us. And then I saw you, so I followed. I was not letting him know anything until I knew for sure he wasn't cheating. Excuse me?
Yeah.
That would not have been a good game plan.
I would have played it up. Yeah.
That was a better game plan than telling you what I'm really here doing.
Right.
That would have been a good game plan. And let me tell you why. Because she already told the assistant to pick the son up, so he's going to know that because the assistant is loyal to him. So then it would have been like, I was planning something. It would have been a great game plan.
Yeah. It really could have. I just feel like, I agree with Missy in this part. I feel like she was embarrassed and that threw her completely off, and she let him see her sweat. Like, She was sweating.
Which is why I don't understand why y'all think she was so calculated. For most of it, I think she made errors and was just like, okay, let me fix it. No, no, no. And she tells everybody everything.
She does.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's
everybody
because
already knows everything. Everybody knows Simon. They know Simon.
That's true.
Because
before meeting her.
We don't get to that yet. The fact that all these people know him because
no, but G is right, because during the couple's conversation, Simon said, I grew up here, I'm from here. All her friends are his friends first. And she was from out of town. And it seemed like she just recently got there since they've been married. Yeah. So G is right. Everybody does know Simon for Simon because they knew him since forever.
Maybe that's why she always telling her business, since they already know him.
That don't mean anything. Like, if we already know, you don't have to confirm it. Why are you confirming it? She thinks they're her friends. They're not your friends.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't know, because it's like, at least, okay, this is if I was in her situation, right? Because even when she was around at that dinner date with Anna and her husband, she seemed out of place. Like the conversation, one, I think, was unnatural, but they naturally played it off, right? And she was just, I'm the wife. I didn't take it as we're all friends, but now that you mentioned it, she's friends because it's his friend. So in a sense, if that's his friends, that's my husband, we friends.
No. And that's
maybe
where
not
Dr.
friends
Foster
on his level. We friends. We cool enough.
Be
I
honest.
feel like people think it wrong. Are they really your friends? Whose side are they going to take in a divorce or in a breakup? Then they're not your friends. People can be cordial. They can be nice, but they're not your friends.
And Anna told her she wasn't her friend. She joked around when this woman was being vulnerable and said, oh, it's me. That's not your friend.
That's true.
Because why you gonna play with me like that?
Right.
What if she had gone and they were in the kitchen? She should have cut her, and then she would have been like, oh, my bad. I was just,
or at least slapped her. At least
slapped her.
So now Susie is one of Dr. Foster's clients at her hospital. And she's like, come on, girl, come check out my new restaurant. So she's like, okay, cool. So she brings Tom and Simon. We still don't know what Simon does, to be honest. He just works.
We barely figured it out before the end of the season.
Okay. So Simon just tags along. And of course, he knows Susie. And they over there talking and touching and feeling some more. But Susie's older, but Dr. Foster was still feeling it. Yeah. And Ross was there. Like we said, we really don't care for her. So if she's not mentioned in the scene, it's because we don't care for her. So we also get introduced to the girl from 7 Seconds, who was the detective. So the British girl, the Black British girl, she was in 7 Seconds. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Her name is Carly. But she keeps going to Dr. Foster and asking for pills. It sounds like she's an addict, and Dr. Foster kind of gets at that. So she sees the girl outside the restaurant, and she hears that the girl is arguing with her boyfriend. Like, they have a moment where she's like, oh, I think my husband's cheating. She's telling everybody. And the girl was like, well, if you think he's cheating, how about you go find out? Like, do some digging, like some real digging. And she kind of said, well, I saw his phone. I didn't see anything. So they just have a banter back and forth. Dr. Foster notices that this young woman, that she has a boyfriend who's kind of abusive. He's kind of like, why are you talking to her, and all this other stuff. Dr. Foster sees Carly later on, and she's like, hey, girl, I'll give you some pills if you spy my husband. So now Dr. Foster just breaking all her little ethics codes and her oath just to find out what she already knows. So
risking a license.
Exactly.
So Carly pulls up to the house. She sees Simon goes inside a house. She calls Dr. Foster. She's like, he's been there for a while. And then Dr. Foster, she at work, she's talking to a drunk doctor, and she's trying to fire him. And everyone's like, oh, we never saw you like that. So then she gets the call, and she was like, Carly's like, yeah, he's leaving now with the girl, they're kissing. And she's like, get the picture. And then Carly's like, I can't but she gets something real quick, and all you get is a license plate of a car. So later on, Dr. Foster and Carly meet up, and she says, check the boot of the car because I saw him put something in there. Mm-hmm. Girl, we're going to stop right here. Yeah, I have thoughts on this part. Because we're about to get to the birthday party where all shit goes down. So
this was the first thing. Why the black girl gotta be the addict?
But we find out that she's not an addict. So she kind of says that
I'm legit trying to sleep.
Yeah, she's trying to sleep because she's in an abusive relationship. And he gets rowdy. He's on pills or whatever. And she's just trying to get sleep so he won't beat her. So she confides in Dr. Foster and finally tells her the truth after Dr. Foster just told all her business. Yeah.
She was doing a lot.
I really started paying attention at the birthday party.
Girl, you missed the whole episode.
I'm telling you, sweet mates, the first episode at the beginning, it didn't catch me, but everything else, I promise you, I watched it.
And I know when I was watching it, I was turned off because she was giving a whole bunch of signals. Like, you already know he's cheating. And I like the way the director did everything. Like, I think he's cheating. Somebody else confirms, there's nothing to worry about, you know? I think, again, because I see another blonde chick, somebody else confirms, it's fine, whatever. But there was too many signs back to back, like, honey, he didn't sign the book. Me, I was done. You would have came home, my car not there, my child not there.
No,
yeah. I'm not moving.
Your stuff not there. Why am I moving out of my house with my child? No,
I'm just gonna leave, and then it'll be like, oh, why is she leaving? I didn't say I was moving. I'm leaving. I'm not gonna be there.
Oh, I ain't doing that either.
Because she still gave it up to him after all of that. I think the last time I saw Carly told her to check the boot of the car, and then Carly also mentions, I have a friend who could find out who the person is. So the car is registered to Susie. So now Dr. Foster is like, Susie? Like, she just really mad about it. So now it's time for the 40th birthday party. Everyone's there. Basically, all the characters that we talked about, even some that we didn't mention, are at the party.
They show up late, right?
Because she had to stop off at Carly's house when she noticed the And she also just walked into Carly's house to, like, chase the boyfriend. I have a problem with that part because obviously that's gonna come back to haunt you. Like, what are you doing?
I don't have a problem with that. My only problem is that she gave her her name.
Yeah, like, it said, "Oh, I run a hospital."
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to.
Yeah, and I was kind of mad Tom was in a car and saw his mom like that, because I feel like that's also foreshadowing. But I actually saw this already, so. But now that I look back, that's foreshadowing because Tom sees his mom.
Going off.
Yeah.
A lot. Wow. No wonder. Dang, he needs some therapy.
So they ended up going to the party, and Dr. Foster does one of these. It says, "Oh, Simon, I lost my earring."
Wait, no,
you gotta stop real quick.
Yeah.
Before all of that, see, now going through hearing what happened in the story, it makes sense. I was wondering why Gemma was looking at all of the women except for Roz. She was looking at all the blonde heads that showed up at the party. She was looking at all the blonde women that showed up at the party, Missy. Like, is that her, or is that her, or
but
is
she already knows that it's Susie that the car's registered
to. That the car's registered to. When they pull up, she knows, like, because remember Susie. They came because she went to Carly for the deets. So she does pull up her errand to go back to the car. I thought that was G. I was like, oh, smooth.
Because he sure wasn't going to let her in that car. You ain't got no reason to be in the car.
And she needed a reason. That's crazy. And she probably paid for that car.
Okay.
Because we don't know what he do.
All right.
No, it's not no probably. She paid for the car.
No, but at this point, we literally don't know what he does. He goes away to work for what? He goes on business trips. He has an assistant.
Right.
You can't tell me what y'all be talking about? You just renting space.
And that's if you're doing that.
So she goes to the car and she don't go to the boot first. She go to the bag. And that's where she finds the condoms. Actually, now that I think about it, first time she saw the condoms was when they were at the office. Not at the car. It was at the office is where she saw the condom. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then she saw it again when she went to the car. So she went to the boot and she finds underneath this, like, he's slick. Underneath this little thing, she finds a phone. She finds credit cards. She finds a bag. She finds
She's not that slick. She dumb. You always check where the spare tires are. Like when she didn't do that, I was like, "Ma'am, lift it. The spare tire has a whole compartment."
Okay. The trunk was empty. It looked like she double guessed. She second guessed. Like,
yeah, I remember. Let me pull this down. When I caught that flat, I didn't know.
Yeah, but I told you the same thing. I was like, "There's always a spare tire compartment," and you always.
And I'm like, "There's nothing in my trunk. I don't see anything." I'm like.
Y'all would have.
So I know if I was her, I would have been like, "Oh, he's not cheating."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been like that.
She probably just said no cars. Because now that I think about it, I would never think that a man would go through all that just to hide an affair. But Simon did. He had nothing but time with no job that we know.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to say too much, but he had nothing else going on. He's hiding it, and she.
Yeah.
As far as we could tell,
what makes it even crazy?
So of course he's gonna hide it.
He's not just hiding the affair; he's hiding an entire another life. Because when she goes to that phone, there's pictures not just of this chick that he's cheating with, but everybody.
Everybody. Anna.
Her husband. Ross, we're gonna call him Frank.
Yeah, Ross. Text Simon and said, "Oh, she's on to you. You might need to do something." What?
The assistant, pictures of him with the assistant, the neighbor.
And I feel like there was a text message from the assistant saying that she's going to follow you.
That's what she just said. Mm-hmm.
No, she said somebody said she's on to you.
That's what that was wrong.
But I was talking
about Becky. Yeah, the assistant said something too.
The assistant said something?
Because I told you she was telling everybody. She said, "I'm going to follow him."
Oh, that pissed me off. When I found out, like, Ross.
Yeah, because that's your boss first. And then you try to make it seem like that was... out of everybody, Ross made it seem like, "No, you're my friend." Exactly. Like, F. Simon, you're my friend. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that hurt her the most.
Yeah.
He kept doing it too, and kept doing it, and kept doing it.
And then we see who the girl is. It's Susie's daughter, not Susie, daughter.
Mm-hmm. These men and these 19-year-olds they like to be with.
Right.
It's because they know they can't manipulate somebody a little older than that most of the time.
Facts.
And Dr. Foster was pissed. She went inside that bag. She got her scissors. She was about, I don't know what she's gonna do with it because when she had the chance to cut somebody, she did it. But
because he ended up burning himself because he was looking at her like she's acting unusual.
Simon's behind knows something is up, so he's thanking everybody, and then he
I'm looking at it right now.
His wife.
That speech though, did y'all hear what he said about his wife?
Listen.
He said that he was the second child. That's what Simon said to me.
No, she meant that's basically what he said, which is true. Like he said nothing about.
No, that's what Simon said. That's what he said himself.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm the other child. She takes care of me. I can't do anything on my own.
Nothing about her appreciating her, only that she's a good little earner. Excuse me? What does that mean? I was so upset when he said that, and she was just standing there, and I was like, "Mom, the way."
And kissed him after.
Right.
That was her calculation and needed to be recalculated. Y'all do realize
that? Yeah.
Because she didn't want to kiss him. She just wanted to see what was going to happen. And the little blonde girl who it was got red in the face, upset.
And walked away.
She did.
I'm not going to front. Okay, so when she saw that he had a whole nother life with all his friends and this cheating chick, this chick he's cheating on, I thought he was an undercover agent, FBI. I'm like, maybe this is all part of it. I'm not gonna front because, and I think the only reason what made me think that is because of Rose. I'm like, Rose is her friend, like friend. Like when she stopped her at work and she told her, I think he's cheating, they both was distraught. Like Rose was looking at her like, oh, can't be Simon. Can't be him. So I'm like, okay, so if she's down, it gotta be maybe.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know.
Roz is a great actor. What else is she in? Because baby.
And the fact that now they're not agents and she was like, oh, it can't be Simon. I'm mad at her because she could have just left her mouth shut and been like, you think so or something, but don't be saying, oh, it's not Simon and you know it's Simon. Like,
and that goes back to what Miss C was trying to argue. To me, like, if I'm married to someone, I know that their loyalty will always be with that man. Not like no one's ever gonna be like, well, Beyonce said, me, myself, and I. Even your best friend try to warn me on the low. Nobody gonna do that. Like they're just gonna play the game.
Yeah.
I forgot. I've recently been in a situation pretty similar to this. Now that I really think about it.
You were married and you cheated, or someone cheated? It's really hard.
It's really difficult to tell somebody what they already know. First of all.
What do you mean? Like, it's hard to tell someone like a Dr. Foster that he is cheating? That's what you're saying?
To tell anybody. Like, you come to there's somebody in the middle.
But I know you and cheating?
I know you. I know this person is not doing what they are telling this person.
Oh.
But it's difficult to come outright and say they are cheating. I don't know what Roz was doing, but in my situation, what I thought I was letting the person know really was not being received the way I wanted it to be received.
But my problem with Ross was like, she was asking you, which is different than just coming out and saying, girl.
Yeah. And for me, I feel like I've always told y'all this. Like, if you know that someone's going to cheat, you're not going to tell me? Go to it to your grave. Like, don't, if I ever ask you, just keep it like that. You don't know the whole time. Don't say, oh, I don't know. And then, oh, but
Exactly.
Like, just take it to the grave.
Yeah. Just if I didn't have to know then, don't ever tell me, because
yeah. Play that role your whole life. You chose that life.